Okay, just before we start,
Yes.
आजको टपिक जुन चाहिँ हामी कुरा गर्न लाग्छौँ अलिकति सेन्सिटिभ चाहिँ छ टु अ लेभल हैन एट द सेम टाइम वी माइट टेक टाइम टु से लेट्स टाइम अफ or लाइक वी माइट निड सम टाइम भनेर पनि भन्छौँ होला या द्याट इज बेसिकली इट फ्रम माई साइड फर नाउ
Yeah.
yes support
So I think the reason I said that is I think as men, right? रुनु हुँदैन अथवा हुन्छ नि त्यो हुन्छ भन्ने कुरामा I think we have this
yeah
sadly that pressure, or I don't know how it happened, but yeah. So we have to be strong and all that stuff is there. Anyways, so Azuko, I think we wanted to discuss about when was the last time we cried,
yeah
right?
yeah
Or got emotional. Right? So Ayush, when was the last time you cried? What were the occasions, or things that happened? Do you have any? Do you remember any such?
Yeah, man. I mean, this is actually a sad incident, and just to give context, you also know the person. And हुन्छ नि त्यो मेमोरिजमा आएको थियो कि फेसबुक मेमोरिजमा पहिला हामीहरू साथी
So
हुँदा
do we take a name?
and let's not I don't think we should
Okay.
just respect
So for now, let's say it's
let's just call it her.
her.
Yeah, her.
Okay.
Let's just call her, right? Just talking about the incident, right? I mean, Facebook stories हैन मेमोरिजमा आएको थियो कि यतिकै like look back to your memory भनेर and then it was her picture. Just to give a certain context, it was like almost, it was pre-COVID. I think this was 2019, 18, 19, can't recollect. I got a phone call from one of our mutual friends and he said, hey, there is some sad news. And I was like, okay. My first response was, did somebody die? And my friend goes, yeah, somebody died. Our friend is no more. And then I was like, okay, so how do I recollect this feeling of, अब भयो अब हामी कसरी रियाक्ट गर्ने कि त्यसै अब म कसरी रियाक्ट गरौँ भन्ने फिलिङ भएको थियो मलाई चाहिँ बिकज वेन आई गट द्याट कल लाइक हे दे फाउन्ड हर इन हर रुम राइट एन्ड आई डोन्ट नो हाउ टु रियाक्ट बिकज लिटरली नट लिटरली बट 3-4 days अगाडि नै she did text me saying, hey, let's catch up sometime. I really need to talk to friends all this. I'm just trying to catch up to my friends. And first thing म गएँ कि इन्स्टाग्राममा फिर्ता गएँ कि खै उसको मेसेज खोइ भनेर उसले डिएक्टिभेट गरिसकेको थियो उसको अकाउन्ट
ए ओके
अनि त्यसपछि म फेरि फेसबुकमा हेरेर के भइरहेछ भनेर एन्ड देन आई कल्ड माई अदर फ्रेन्ड्स लाइक हे डिड यु काइन्ड अफ गेट एनी हिन्ट and there's like none of us kind of knew about it.
Suicide?
Yeah, it was death by suicide. And so we were all very shocked. Ani I just could not process a lot of things. And I don't know, I had this guilt upon him. Ke bhanu tyo bela haina. She did say let's catch up sometime because I'm really need to catch up to friends भन्ने कुरा थियो.
So यो कुरा भनेको चाहिँ 3-4 days
अगाडि मात्रै हो हैन एन्ड अब त्यसकै हो एटलिस्ट अ मन्थ अगाडि और सो वी डिड सिट डाउन एन्ड टक पहिला जब मेरो क्याफे हुन्थ्यो बसेर सबै हाम्रो एजको साथीहरू बसेर एक दुईचोटि भेटेको चाहिँ थियौँ नेसेड ओके फाइन तर गिल्ट चाहिँ के भयो भने मलाई आई कुड नट गो एन्ड फेस द एन्टायर फ्युनरल प्रोसेसन फेस गर्न सकेन म गएन है आई जस्ट कुड नट
किन
आई जस्ट ह्याड टु फिल आई डोन्ट नो त्यो हुन्छ नि लाइक सर्भाइभर्स गिल्ट भन्ने कि के भन्ने त्यसलाई
ओके
बिकज समबडी डिड से द्याट आई सेड ओके मात्र भने हुन्छ मात्र भने कि आई कुड सेड ओके लेट्स मिट यो दिन यता or something, I don't know, man. And that just could not, it's not like I could not live with it, but it was more like, अब के गर्ने person is no more, what can I do more भन्ने कुरामा चाहिँ त्यसले चाहिँ मलाई खाइरहेको थियो अनि त्यो just came into my memories, Facebook memories, and I was like, फेरि त्यो चाहिँ कहिले थियो भने बिहानै थियो फेसबुक यतिकै स्क्रल गर्दा रिसेन्ट कुरा धेरै भएको छैन I just could not handle त्यो हुन्छ it's like
So this is after how many years?
This is I think after 5-6 years.
After the incident?
Yeah. I could not. I was त्यो हुन्छ नि त्यो मुखै कस्तो भयो कि लाइक भएर आयो कि and I just like I could not keep it in. I was just like teary-eyed and I was like, oh my god. High school ma huँदा त we never thought anything like this could happen, right?
Yeah.
And then 9-10 years down the line this happened. This was like process गर्न चाहिँ धेरै पछि त्यो sadness निस्क्यो कि मेरो बडीबाट भन्ने फिलिङ चाहिँ भएको थियो अनि त्यही नै इट्स लाइक आउट अफ द ब्लू इट वाज ड्याम दिस ह्यापन्ड भन्ने त्यो रियलाइजेसन भन्ने कि त्यसलाई अब नट कल इट रियलाइजेसन बट त्यो स्याडनेस जब फिल हुनुपर्ने त धेरै पछि निस्क्यो जस्तो लागेको थियो मलाई and that was basically it. That was the last time I cried.
Cried. Did you talk with someone else regarding this?
No man. Because all of us, basically high school friends, we have, I'd not say drift apart.
Yeah.
But we've had our journeys. Everyone has their lives, living our lives, and going back and kind of just talking to them about okay, this happened. But I kind of found it. I was hesitant and it was a little difficult for me to put that up. But overall, I think this is the first time I'm actually talking to you about this as well. Or connect हुने मान्छे कोही पनि थिएन. But again, because you knew the person, and I think you also performed with her once.
We performed
dance.
In the stage.
Right?
Welcome party. नाचेको थियो. Yeah, welcome party मा नाचेको थियो. In the same stage.
So त्यो feel भएर चाहिँ I think somebody just wanted to let
happy
out.
person.
Yeah, man.
And are you okay about this now? Or like?
Yeah, man. I mean, it was just like huncha ni. Just a feeling that passed. I wanted to cry. I cried. Now I'm like, okay. That's how life is, man. But the feeling of end man.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
You okay, Ali?
Yeah. I'm all right.
So the person he's talking about, so I also know her. Song college ma. She was a senior as well. I think same batch, but we also had performed. I think she was my partner. Yeah, she was a partner, dance partner as well. To stage performance, welcome party dance. So yeah, she was a very happy person. Thaka त्यो इमेजहरु आएको उसको मुखको. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Ramul, when was the last time you cried?
Quite a few times, but one incident or one scenario. I think it was during COVID. I think it was during COVID. So the COVID भएको बेला सबैले कोभिड लाग्यो, गर्न सबैले कोभिड लाग्यो, राइट? अनि ड्याडलाई चाहिँ अलिक गाह्रो भएको थियो त्यो बेला चाहिँ 2020 को कुरा हो. जब त्यो हुन्छ नि it was the peak COVID time. Everybody was overwhelmed. नयाँ कुरा but first time this happening. Everybody was very overwhelmed. मलाई पनि लाग्यो कि उलाई पनि लाग्यो. It was so that was the build up regarding this. And then त्यो हाम्रो त्यो बेला चाहिँ सबैलाई फ्यामिलीलाई चाहिँ सबैलाई कोभिड लाग्यो. Like 8 of us got COVID. And त्यो बेला चाहिँ then I think daddyलाई चाहिँ अलिकति I think that is he overthinks के बिरामी हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ he overthinks too much. And then actually चाहिँ I think I was in a meeting evening time मा थियो. I was in a college meeting के भइरहेको थियो and then मेरो बहिनी दौडेर आयो क्या daddy faint हुनुभयो भनेर. And I was just ran to him and apparently he blacked out for 5-6 seconds and it didn't like थाहा नै थिएन realize नै भएन. Then we rushed him into the hospital. त्यो नजिक हस्पिटल लग्यो. And राख्यो then obviously it was just happening too much at the same time. And then obviously because of COVID and everything everybody could not go obviously. So more बुवा ठुलो बुवा जानु भयो. Then we took him to the hospital. And त्यही राखिरहेको थियो एन्ड देन हुन्छ नि अब त्यो बेला त्यही भने बिकज आई थिङ्क इट वाज द फर्स्ट टाइम फर एभ्रीबडी इभन फर द डक्टर्स दे इभन नो के छ कस्तो भनेर एन्ड देन डक्टरलाई चाहिँ हुन्छ नि के भन्न सक्दैन भनेको अचानक लाइक अनि हामी लाइक त्यो भन्यो अनि भन्ने बित्तिकै अनि आई स्टार्टेड लाइक क्राइङ अब लाइक हुन्छ नि अब टेलिङ माई ठुलो बाउ कि के अरे ड्याडलाई केही त हुँदैन नि भनेर अब क्राइङ अनि या आई मिन लाइक अहिले सोच्दाखेरि इट डजन्ट फिल अहिले चाहिँ खासै फिल हुँदैन राइट बट त्यो बेला चाहिँ या अनि आई वाज लाइक क्राइङ हुन्छ टकिङ अबाउट देन गर्लफ्रेन्ड एज वेल देन आई टोल्ड माई सिस्टर्स पछि द्याट आई डोन्ट वान्ट एनी वान अफ अस बिङ इन द हस्पिटल कोभिड हस्पिटल चाहिँ कोही नपरोस् सो लेट्स बी भेरी केयरफुल भनेर चाहिँ बनाएको थिएँ अनि सो या द्याट वाज आइ एम स्योर होइन लट अफ पिपल लस्ट द लाइफ त्यो बेला थ्याङ्कफुली टचवुड त्यस्तो केही भएन फ्यामिली बट त्यो इन्सिडेन्ट चाहिँ या हुन्छ नि त्यो क्राइङ एज लाइक त्यो सबिङ क्राइङ क्या उहाँ गरेर चाहिँ हुन्छ नि इन द्याट आई स्टिल रिमेम्बर राति भइसकेको थियो इट वाज भेरी डार्क अनि आई वाज देन द पार्किङ लट कि त्यो हुन्छ नि त्यो गाडी एम्बुलेन्स ठाउँमा आई जस्ट sitting in the side and just like holding my head and just talking and all that stuff. I was crying. So yeah, man, I think I think that was one incident I vividly remember still. The crying mala part ma like sobbing crying so yeah but thankfully I know just the boy everything was the hospital rakyo 10-12 din all that stuff it's okay but yeah that very moment because यस्तो पनि किन भयो भने चाहिँ I think I reacted that much is because touchwood त्यो बेलासम्म मैले आफ्नो फ्यामिली मेम्बरलाई त्यस्तो हस्पिटल इमर्जेन्सी लानुपर्ने देखेको थिएन क्या होइन it was a very first time for me होइन as a son as a होला होइन so अब हजुरआमा ठुलो हुँदा त obviously I was too young to understand what's happening so I think that was the first time जहाँ चाहिँ त्यो हुन्छ नि त्यो भएको त्यस्तो हस्पिटल इमर्जेन्सी लगेको दौडाएको all that stuff अनि it was like what do I do हुन्छ नि के गर्ने like हुन्छ नि like त्यो I think the emotion came out out of the obviously about sadness and also because of the helplessness right like because it was COVID like I could not go anywhere talk to there was no physical people to like कुरा गर्नलाई हैन लाइक कहीँ जानु हुँदैन कहीँ के गर्नु हुँदैन जस्ट च्याटको के इट वाज लाइक कोही पनि थिएन त्यो हुन्छ नि त्यो कनेक्सन वाइजमा पनि इमिडिएटली कुरा गर्न मिल्ने सो या एन्ड देन त्यो बेला चाहिँ हिट भयो कि लाइक दोज पिपल एक्चुअली लस्ट द लाइफ कति गाह्रो भएको थियो होला उनीहरूलाई भन्ने सामना बिकज इट वाज बिकज दे कुड नट इभन टच द बडी रे अपेरेन्टली त्यो बेला पिपल हु डाइड फ्रम कोभिड एनिवे सो या सो त्यो कुरामा चाहिँ अभियसली थ्याङ्क गड हुन्छ नि त्यस्तो केही भएन थ्याङ्कफुली बट या द्याट वाज वान that COVID year was like
shit, bro.
It was shit, man. Like
shit, man.
It's very, 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 very blur, okay? Everything was so slow, but when I think about it right now, like it's very blur. The count हुँदैन क्या यो त्यो year.
Count नहुने एक ठाउँमा छ, but daily त्यो नै हेर न, you wake up, you don't know what to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. People are doing things, making dalgona coffee, playing Among Us.
The chat thing, Clubhouse,
not club, not chat.
Sorry,
voice,
Clubhouse.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, this is सक्यो यार. So yeah.
So anyway, so yeah, त्यो थियो एउटा one incident that I cried a lot. अरू के छ ब्रो?
मेरो चाहिँ अलिकति क्राई चाहिँ हैन टेरी आइड भएको चाहिँ I think this was almost 2 to 3 weeks back. Can't pinpoint the day. तर मेरो स्टुडेन्ट्सहरूको रिजल्ट आएको थियो कि रिजल्ट आउँदा चाहिँ के हुन्छ आई टेल यु है रिजल्ट आउँदा के हुन्छ आधी स्टुडेन्ट्स रिसाएर आउँछन् कि मेरो ग्रेड्स कम आयो भनेर बट एट द्याट पोइन्ट अफ टाइम आई वाज विथ वान अफ माई स्टुडेन्ट्स एन्ड वी जस्ट सिटिङ डाउन राइट एन्ड देन यति कफी स्टेसन हो कि काम बसिरहेको थियौँ हामी होइन कलेजमा रिजल्ट आएर ओ माई गड रिजल्ट आयो सर भन्नु मतलब हो भने एन्ड देन बस्यो अनि खोल्यो उसले उसको फोन हो चेक गऱ्यो and then she could not. I said, oh my god, मलाई दियो कि then I go 4वटा सब्जेक्ट थियो it was
Rodi style
and A 4 A's and we were like we did not scream as much but it was a really heartwarming moment for me because it was like 4वटा A it was nice and everyone was really, really joyous at that point of time. अनि अर्को स्टुडेन्ट पनि त्यही थियो साइडमा म त पास भए पुग्छ भनेर आयो पनि आई थिङ्क he got 2 A's and 2 B's, okay, 2 A's and 1 B and 1 C. I don't remember that. I remember the student who got 4 A's and she was like all happy and everything. हुन त उसलाई मैले पढाएको फर्स्ट सेमेस्टरमा मात्रै हो, त्यसपछि पढाएको छैन. But yeah, that was like very heartwarming for me to experience that. भन्ने कुरा अरूको खुसीमा अरूको खुसीमा खुसी भयो कि, and I was like
what is surprise ke like why was it getting
it was if you think about it, to a level I was like एकदम मिल्ने साथी जस्तो पनि होइन नि त, आखिरमा स्टुडेन्ट हो राइट, स्टुडेन्टको खुसीमा खुसी भइरहेको छु. इट्स लाइक am I like a father now,
a
proud guardian now, a proud guardian now चाहिँ भयो थियो मलाई. So yeah, I think that was a nice feeling. What about you, man?
I think heartwarming feeling is also another good feeling, good emotional. I think when I say emotional, obviously we don't mean always sad, right? So emotional, I think त्यो heartwarming खाली feelings I think मेरो बहिनीको वेडिङमा नताशाको वेडिङमा चाहिँ अब heartwarming पनि भन्ने कि I think I don't know which category of crying मा त्यसलाई
melancholy भन्नु मिल्छ कि
थाहा छैन हैन, but yeah, so जुन चाहिँ बिदाइको बेला and all that stuff. And सुरुमा अलिक गाह्रो भइसकेको थियो, लाइक सुरुमै नै हुन्छ जब नट ड्युरिङ द बिदाइ एज वेल, सुरुमै जब शी केम फर द इन द्याट भेन्यू अनि एभ्री स्टार्टेड क्राइङ क्या, लाइक ठुलो मम्मी होइन, अनि बहिनी रुइरहेछ, त्यो भर्खर आउँदैछ क्या, भर्खर मेकअप भर्खर आउँदैछ, त्यो स्टार्टेड क्राइङ, त्यो मस्कारा पुरा यहाँ कालो भइसक्यो. सो एनिवेज त्यो बेला नै गाह्रो भइसकेको थियो सबजनालाई, मलाई पनि. And then पछि then the बिदाइ ह्यापन, त्यो हामीले के सुपारी दिन्छ नि, सुपारी दिँदाखेरि I was like त्यो यस्तरी त्यो रोएर, and I was अनि मलाई एकजनालाई चाहिँ याद छ, एकजना दिदीले एकजनाले भन्छ यसलाई यो ढल्छ I was crying that much. So I mean like I don't know which feeling मा हाँस्छ त्यसलाई. Obviously it was very इमोसनल इन द सेन्स कि बहिनी चाहिँ जाँदैछ, त्यो हुँदो रहेछ एउटा हुन्छ नि आफ्नो एउटा बहिनी, त्यो चाहिँ फेरि नट ट्राइङ टु यु नो तिमीलाई ग्रुपबाट हटाएको होइन, बट ह्याभिङ अ सिस्टरको वेडिङमा चाहिँ होइन अर्कै नै हुँदो रहेछ, खाली फिल हुँदो रहेछ एउटा. अनि
also because you guys grew up together, right? Exactly. And the entire time I think she was called तिमभन्दा one batch junior हैन, सँगै
10 महिना सानो हो त्यो बहिनी. अनि it was I mean like but when I saw the pictures, oh my god, I'm an ugly crier. त्यो फोटोमा चाहिँ ब्यागको फोटोमा धेरै थियो
थम्बनेलमा यो हाल्नु त्यही हाल्नु पर्ला
गरेको. It was ugly cry, but anyway, so that was a not a sad cry, but it was overwhelming, heartwarming, you know, mix of everything. त्यो बेला चाहिँ तर the recent sad cry चाहिँ मेरो वाला चाहिँ रिसेन्ट नै हो, I think a week or two, I think 2 weeks ago. So basically हामी बालसिङ कहाँ गएको थियो, and then हुन्छ नि the day after the morning basically हामी बसेर चाहिँ टकिङ अबाउट थिङ्स यताउता, अनि कुरा गर्दै हुन्छ नि कि फ्यामिलीहरूको हेल्थको बारेमा कुरा आउनु थाल्यो, राइट. एन्ड देन त्यो कुरा गर्दै थियो, एन्ड देन मेरो वाइफको फुफूको छोरी she passed away recently, and she was just sharing about that, so I'm like I will not take के चाहिँ भएको थियो भनेर, because I might be wrong and I don't want to do that. So she had a very very difficult you know growing up, हैन, उसको हेल्थ इस्यु राम्रो थियो, उहाँको राम्रो थिएन, and she passed away at the age of 31, हैन. अनि फुफू थियो हैन. So then obviously हुन्छ नि त्यो पासन भएपछि obviously उता हुन्छ नि त्यो घाट लग्यो, पछि त्यो घाट, and then त्यो क्रिमेसनको लागि प्रोसेसको लागि चाहिँ गरिरहेको थियो. Everybody, as per my wife, everybody was like content word न होला, but you know everybody felt like okay, she had a very difficult life, at least she's in a good space भन्ने हिसाबमा सबजना हुन्छ नि was in that state of mind. तर the moment and then there was this moment where that made everybody cry apparently त्यो बेला चाहिँ during the cremation बेला चाहिँ. Then the fufu हैन, अचानकली she shouted कि अर्को जन्ममा पनि अर्को लाइफमा पनि मेरो छोरी भएर आऊ है भनेर हुन्छ नि, she said that, right. And अनि त्यो भन्न बित्तिकै चाहिँ मलाई कस्तो त्यो त्यो हुन्छ नि ढुङ्गाकोले हाले जस्तै हेभी भयो क्या मलाई बिकज वान आई डोन्ट इभन रिमेम्बर स्याडली हर फेस राइट फुफूलाई पनि एकचोटि भेटेर आई डोन्ट रिमेम्बर देम बट जस्तो हुन्छ नि त इमेज अफ हर साउटिङ द्याट अनि त्यो भन्ने बित्तिकै एभ्री स्टार्टेड क्राइङ रे क्या होइन अनि देन ठिकै छ
Yeah, I would just slap them if I had the chance.
सो या एनिवेज अनि सो त्यो भन्न बित्तिकै चाहिँ एकछिन मन कस्तो हेभी भयो होइन अनि देन द कन्भर्सेसन स्टार्टेड हुन्छ नि के अरे कन्भर्सेसन वेन्ट टु इन्टु अदर टपिक्स बट स्टिल त्यो दिमागको कस्तो भारी भइरहेको एन्ड द इमेज हुन्छ नि आइरहेको इमेज आइरहेको दिमागमा एन्ड देन आफ्टर द्याट वी वेन्ट टु आवर रुम्स यता आई वाज हुन्छ नि आई वाज लाइक स्लिपिङ डाउन अन द बेड अनि त्यो इमेज फेरि आयो क्या अनि इट वाज गेटिङ सो हेभी अनि आई जस्ट स्टार्टेड क्राइङ क्या लाइक हुन्छ नि त्यो खालि भएर जस्ट स्टार्टेड लाइक पुरै क्राइङ माई वाइफ बिचरा त्यही थियो लाइक लाइक सरी मलाई यस्तो गर्न मन थिएन अभियसली इट वाज नट अ फर सेयरिङ इट होइन बट त्यो भनेर अनि देन त्यो आई स्टार्ट इमेजिन अ लट अफ थिङ्स क्या ब्रो वाट इफ something happened to me and then what if it was my mother जोले चाहिँ त्यस्तो भनेको थियो I don't know I imagine my mother being in that cremation crying for me and all that stuff त्यो पनि आउन थाल्यो होइन it was getting so heavy क्या त्यो बेला चाहिँ अनि I just started crying क्या ल हुन्छ नि लाइक आफूले I'm questioning myself कि मलाई यो के भइरहेछ भनेर but the tears are still coming down क्या अनि and there are a lot of things that came the images that came in mind but I'm not comfortable sharing that हैन but yeah हुन्छ नि I can imagine मेरो ममलाई पनि जस्तै क्रिमेसनको त्यो पशुपति घाटमा she's crying and for me and त्यो I but more than that it is like बिचरा हुन्छ नि her the fufu हुन्छ नि crying saying that कि अर्को लाइफमा पनि मेरो छोरी भएर आऊ हैन अनि a mother's हुन्छ नि त्यो cry it was yeah I mean I don't know them at all yeah but still it affected me so much त्यो बेला चाहिँ अनि yeah it was
that is always weird usually right us as men we tend to talk more about our feelings and cry or get aggressive after we kind of drink some alcoholic malt beverages right यस्तै कुरा गर्ने हो भने it's a very weird feeling bro like death कै कुरा गर्ने हो भने when you said एउटा point थियो जब कि सबै family members were kind of हुन्छ नि like okay at least she had a difficult life and the content to the level where they passed away भन्ने कुरा भयो नि यसमा चाहिँ म पनि कनेक्ट चाहिँ गर्छु के यो कुरामा because it's been almost 11 years back when my mom passed away so 4 months October November December Jan Feb 5 months right so for 5 months she was in a state where we had to give her the nutrition fluids could not eat properly and just to be like out there she had cancer so after one point of time say body level sabai reject garna thalcha ke 5 months we kind of saw her like that and to a level we were like okay anything can happen anytime we had no idea it was evident that she is going to pass away but we did not know when अब यो हुँदा चाहिँ it's such a weird feeling that you're actually anticipating that grief that okay हुन सक्छ है कहिले हुन्छ थाहा छैन हामी अहिले दुखी हुन थाल्ने हो कि आफ्टर शी पासेस अवे दुखी हुने के थाहा छैन के अनि when she passed away right I mean my dad my brother and I we were in the same room hospital room he passed away and then we were like okay we're actually glad that this happened might sound very you know weird for a lot of people but we were actually at peace that she was at peace right अहिलेसम्म पनि सुनाइन्छ society we live in a society अहिलेसम्म people still say when she died we did not even shed a tear भनेर भन्छन् कि मान्छेहरूले
but they don't know.
But what they
Yeah.
don't understand
Yeah.
is the amount of years that she battled cancer. I know. She was diagnosed in, I think, 2008, if I'm not mistaken. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 6 years she battled, right? Bitsama, she was fine. She went back to work. So we thought things are going to be fine, right? The process as a kid, right? As a kid, no, like late teens, को बेला थियो नि त त्यो प्रोसेस गर्न इमोसनली मेरो दिमाग ठिक ठाउँमा थिएन जस्तो लाग्छ कि or my dimag was not, or my brain was not.
What age were you in Tibala?
When she first had cancer, I was 15, 16.
Yes, yeah.
And when she passed away, I was 22. 22. Not 22. I was 21, but after she passed away, in 2 weeks, I became 22. So that was a very weird feeling, because for me, I was like, okay, finally things might feel better, because you don't know हाम्रो इमोसनल हेल्थको कुरा त अहिले पो त अलिअलि आउन थालेको हो, कति वर्ष नै भयो र. So it hits you in a different way where you don't know how to react to things, and people expect you to cry, people expect you to scream, bawl out your eyes and cry, but you're handling those emotions on your own at that point of time. And yeah, come to think about it, the way how society has shaped us up and how things are, I think everybody grieves in a different manner. And that is something that we should be very accepting of, because everyone is going through a cycle of grief when that happens. And you know,
so Tibala saying, how did, like, dad, uncle and bhai, like, how did they react? Were they also same in terms of not being emotional?
Tibala emotional त थियौं, but we were not.
No, as like expressive emotional भनौं न.
यस्तो भयो थियो. If okay, now this is something देख्छ देख्दैन होला अहिले हामीलाई. Anyways,
देखिरहेछ.
The thing here is, it took us a good amount of time, like just to sit down. Like one fine day, my brother, Dad and I, if I recollect clearly, we were just in like Dad को कोठामा थियौं, हामीहरु बसिरहेका थियौं. It's probably like 6 to 8 months later after she passed away. अब जस्तै भन्छ like whenever you guys meet with my dad, whenever other friends meet, they're like, you guys talk like friends, you guys are like so, त्यो भन्ने कुरा हुन्छ नि. That actually took a lot of work,
of course,
from all three of us. Because at that point of time, my dad was like, look, boys, he usually calls us boys. Look, boys, like, I know I've also not been fine. I was also feeling depressed, and that's something that you guys have also been feeling. So I think we should kind of start talking to each other again. And it does not have to be sad stuff. Just talk. Just talk. Stupidest things. Let's just talk. And that space, राखेर जब we started to have conversations, just doing normal stuff together. And this we went to Mustang, if I'm not mistaken, to travel. After that, we kind of went to Thailand, right? I think that helped, because त्यो स्पेस लिनु एक ठाउँमा छ, तर स्पेसलाई पनि ल आउन त सँगै यो स्पेसलाई ओन अप गरौँ त हामीहरू. लेट्स टक अबाउट इट, लेट्स काइन्ड अफ अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड वाट वी वेन्ट थ्रु भन्ने कुरा गर्दा चाहिँ द्याट डज मेक इट फिल अ लट इजियर टु प्रोसेस दोज फिलिङ्स. एन्ड दिस इज वाट आई थिङ्क ओभरअल वी कहिलेकाहीँ हुन्छ नि मान्छे नभएर पनि केही हुन्न नि, रुनु मन लाग्छ नि. सो आई थिङ्क इफ एउटा सेफ स्पेस भेट्यो भने पनि आई थिङ्क द्याट्स अ भेरी गुड स्पेस टु बी एट. जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई.
अझ के छ ब्रो, हाउ आर यु रिगार्डिङ द्याट? हुन्छ नि, आर यु लाइक त्यो पर्टिकुलर स्पेस पछि आइसकेपछि चाहिँ आर यु ओके ना? आइम स्योर the खालीपन अझै obviously हुन्छ नि. I'm sure like I can't even relate, or obviously I can't even understand what.
Don't even try to like imagine, brother.
Exactly.
Don't, man.
Exactly. So also you good?
Yeah, definitely, because that's a truth we had to settle with. And हुन्छ नि त्यो बिस्तारै बुझ्दै अगाडि बढ्ने, It's a space, it's a process, and yeah, man, it's actually nice to kind of be in tune with what we're feeling. आजभोलि एउटा कुरा चाहिँ के राम्रो छ भने म रुनु मन लाग्नु म रोइदिन्छु क्या.
Great.
पहिलामा चाहिँ अलिकति रुनु लाग्दा ओ माई गड हुन्थ्यो होला. कहिलेकाहीँ चाहिँ रुनु मन लाग्यो भने अब हुन्छ नि कहिलेकाहीँ when you're at work and you don't know what to do and you want to cry, I just go to the restroom, lock myself. I think my students will be listening to this, but yeah, I kind of let it out. Not wah gari, but I kind of like हुन्छ नि. Okay, now that's done. Now let's blast up some music, Eye of the Tiger, and walk out like you're the rock star of your own life.
Yeah.
That's what it is,
You're
man.
the main character of your life, bro.
Yeah, man. So that's what it is, man, basically. अहिले रात पनि पढ्न थाल्यो. I think अब त हामीलाई देख्न पनि अब छोड्न थाल्यो है.
ठिकै छ.
So I think anything else you want to add?
No, man. Thanks. I think yeah, keep saying, man. I think.
Thanks, man. Thanks for talking about this.
Yeah.
So with this, we end today's episode.